Welcome to another episode in the solo series of the Let's Get Visible podcast with Dorz Brown. Today, we're diving into a crucial topic for anyone running an online e-commerce business, and that's e-commerce optimization. We'll be exploring the best practices for boosting your online store's performance and sales. So whether you're a seasoned e-commerce professional or if you're just starting out, this episode is packed with actionable insights to help you elevate your online presence. Now, at Let's Get Visible, we specialize in e-commerce SEO and increasing your online visibility. We've worked with a number of businesses locally, nationally, and internationally, seeing conversion rates increase by over 200% through the implementation of specific strategies tailored for e-commerce brands. However, as with all things, this isn't an overnight process. Growth takes consistency, persistence, and staying ahead of updates and changes. In this episode, I will cover some of the main areas that you can start improving for your e-commerce store. Now, in the world of e-commerce, staying ahead of the competition requires more than just a great product. It involves optimizing every aspect of your online store to enhance user experience, increase conversion rates, and drive those all-important sales. So let's get started with our first best practice tip, which is optimizing your website speed and performance. So when it comes to website speed and performance, this is absolutely crucial for user experience as well as SEO. Now, studies show that a 1-second delay in page load time can lead to a 7% reduction in your conversions. So how can you ensure that your site is running at optimal speed? So here are some of the tips that I would definitely suggest you could do for your e-commerce store. The first one is to optimize images. So many e-commerce stores, because you are selling products, naturally you're going to have a lot of product images. Having large uncompressed images can significantly slow down your website. So there are different tools and apps that you can use in order to compress those images without sacrificing the quality of them. The next thing we want to do is minimize our HTTP requests. So we want to reduce the number of elements that are on your page, such as images, scripts, and CSS files, to decrease those load times. Now, if like me, you're not a web designer or web developer, I would highly suggest engaging or speaking with someone in order to help you out with some of those technical elements. The next thing we want to do is regularly test our site speed using things or tools like the Google Page Speed Insights or GT Metrics. So these are the two tools that I've been using for many, many years, and these will allow you to identify the necessary adjustments that you need to make in order to maintain high performance. Because a fast loading site not only improves user experience, but again, it positively impacts your SEO efforts as well. Another thing we need to do is ensure that we have mobile optimization. So with more people now shopping on their mobile devices, ensuring your site is mobile friendly is no longer optional. It's absolutely essential. So here are some tips that I would like to share with you when it comes to mobile optimization. The first is making sure you have a responsive design. Now, one of the main platforms that my clients tend to use is Shopify. And the reason why I love Shopify is because this particular content management system and platform really works well with our SEO efforts. And they will automatically create this responsive design within their themes and websites. Again, this is something that you can discuss with a qualified web designer and developer, particularly if you've had some custom websites designed for your e-commerce store. But by having a responsive design, you can ensure that your website adapts seamlessly to different screen sizes and devices, because not everyone is always going to use a desktop computer. Some are definitely going to use mobile, iPads, and so forth. We also want to make it really easy for our online users to find what they're looking for with clear, concise menus and search functionality. And this all comes down to simplifying your navigation. So not making it too busy, overwhelming, or noisy, but really simplifying it for user experience. We also want to be incorporating mobile payment options. So offering mobile-friendly payment options like Apple Pay or Google Wallet or other one-click payment methods also help to streamline the checkout process. And the easier it is for online users to use, the more conversions you're going to see as well. Now, a well-optimized mobile experience can significantly boost your conversion rates and improve your customer satisfaction. The next thing we want to have a look at is user experience or UX and user interface or UI design. So a positive user experience, again, is key to retaining your customers, and it also encourages repeat purchases. Now, the best thing that we can do is ensure that we have retention with our customers, because we know how much time, effort, and budget it takes for them to find us to begin with. So what we want to try and do is make them repeat customers. Now, you can do this by focusing on elements that really enhance your site's UX and UI. And one of these things is having an intuitive navigation. So having your site designed so, again, users can easily find what they're looking for using clear headings, logical categories, and really good search function as well. So that's the little eyeglass tool that you can see at the top of many websites. It's really important to have one of those on your sites as well. Now, having clear CTAs or call to actions, again, is something that you can do to improve your conversion rates as well. So just make sure that your CTAs or call to actions stand out and that they're placed strategically throughout your site to guide users towards their desired actions and outcomes. So back in the day, we used to only add call to actions at the very bottom of our website pages, but over time we have found that it is better to optimize your CTAs by placing them in other areas on your pages as well, because not everyone will always make it to the bottom of your page. So you can have that certainly up the top, in the middle, or down the bottom, so that no matter where your online user is scrolling down to, they have the opportunity to take that all important action on your website. Now, I've touched on this a little bit, but really streamlining that checkout process. So you want to be able to reduce the number of steps in your checkout process and also offer guest checkout. So I know even with myself, when I'm online and making purchases, it is a deterrent for me to have to always sign up and register my details rather than being able to do a guest checkout. We don't have a lot of time to spend and waste, and so we want something that's quick, easy, and fast. And so being able to have a guest checkout option on your e-commerce site will also ensure a more streamlined approach and to tie this in with multiple payment methods as well, so that you can minimize cart abandonment. So remember, a smooth and enjoyable user experience can turn first-time visitors into those all-important loyal customers. And consider also using testing to gather direct feedback from users and to make those all-important data-driven improvements. Now, the bit that I love, obviously, is the search engine optimization, or SEO, and this is absolutely vital when driving organic traffic to your e-commerce site. So let's go through some of the key SEO practices that you can implement to increase that organic online visibility. The first one is going to be keyword research. Now, you want to identify and target relevant keywords that your potential customers are searching for. And I like to use the Google Keyword Planner because it's free, in order to find high volume or medium volume and low competition keywords. Now, with your on-page SEO, you want to make sure that you're also optimizing your product pages, your collections, your category pages, and your blog content with these relevant keywords. So things like having your meta titles, meta descriptions, and headers all well optimized is going to help to drive more visitors to your e-commerce site. Now, when it comes to content marketing, you want to be able to create valuable content that addresses your audience pain points and their interests as well. So this not only drives traffic, but also establishes your brand as an authority in your niche. And this is incredibly important in 2024 and beyond, is that you are establishing your brand and your business and your product and services as the thing, the expert thing that people need to find and use and so forth, in order to address their need or problem that they're looking to solve. Now, consistently monitoring and adjusting your SEO strategy is going to be absolutely essential. We know that this has been an ever-changing landscape, but more than ever, particularly with the introduction of things like AI, our strategies are no longer just a set and forget. We really, really need to ensure again that we're staying ahead of the game and we're redirecting the bus as needed, dependent on what we see through the testing that we do. So this is absolutely essential for maintaining and improving your visibility online. And also keep in mind that there are different algorithms and updates that happen, and sticking with best practices so that you stay on the internet and in the organic searches for the long term, not the short term. One of the things that I do commonly see with many websites is people adapting and adopting black hat techniques. Okay, and these are things like purchasing many backlinks to try and increase that authority of a website, but that is only going to get you so far. Eventually, the Google algorithms are going to be able to identify that you are practicing black hat tactics. And so you may see a sudden increase in your visibility and also in your authority online, but this is not a sustainable practice. And I cannot say this enough. Basically, you need to ensure that you're sticking with white hat strategies. Yes, they do take a little bit longer in order to see those results, but it means that you get to have a sustainable presence online, which means you get to have a sustainable business. Now, the next thing I wanted to touch on is personalization. Now, this can significantly enhance the shopping experience and also increase your sales. Now, I'll go through some of the ways that you can incorporate personalization into your online store. The first one is using product recommendations. So using your algorithms within your e-commerce site to suggest products based on customers' browsing and purchase history. You also want to ensure that if you are conducting email marketing as part of your e-commerce brand, is that you do send targeted and personalized emails with some of those product recommendations, any special offers, and also content that's based on a customer's preferences as well as their behaviors. Now, dynamic content can help tailor your website content to individual visitors based on their demographics, their location, as well as past interactions with your site. So by making your customers feel valued and understood, you can begin to foster stronger relationships and ultimately drive more sales for your business. Additionally, using customer data to segment your audience and deliver highly targeted marketing messages can also help improve that bottom line. Social proof is the next area that I wanted to speak about, because social proof, such as customer reviews and testimonials, can significantly influence purchasing decisions. So let's have a look at how to leverage social proof effectively. The first one, as mentioned, is your customer reviews. So really encourage your satisfied customers to leave reviews on your product pages. And you want to be able to display these reviews to build that trust with obviously new users who are coming to visit your website. You can also use UGC, or user-generated content, so featuring photos and videos from your customers that are using your products, and place them on your website and your social media platforms. You can also look at influencer partnerships, and this is when you're collaborating with other people who have influence in a particular niche in order to reach a broader audience and enhance your brand's credibility. And I've seen some of the brands that I've worked with do do this incredibly well, and they've sometimes sold out of their product just through one, post that's been shared on a social media platform. Now, the next thing we want to do is showcase genuine customer feedback and experiences to help build trust and persuade new visitors to make a purchase. So consider creating a dedicated page for your testimonials and the success stories to highlight customer satisfaction. With a lot of the content management systems and platforms like Shopify, you can also add an app which showcases your Google reviews. So if you're using Google Business as part of your marketing strategy, you can also incorporate those reviews so they actually interface with your e-commerce website. Now, the next important thing we want to have a look at is analytics and making data-driven decisions. I know this, I say this on, and I do bang on about it, but leveraging your analytics is absolutely crucial for understanding your customers and optimizing your online store. So let's have a look at how you can make the most of your data. So Google Analytics is a way to track your key metrics like traffic sources, time on page, as well as your conversion rates. You want to be able to use this data and information in order to identify some important patterns, as well as identify your areas for improvement. You can also conduct A and B tests on different elements of your e-commerce website, such as switching up your call to actions or CTAs, your product pages, your checkout processes, and looking at what is working best. So again, it's not about a set and forget process, but it's about testing and trying different things to see what is going to create the biggest conversion for your business. Another great idea is to collate your customer feedback. So feedback from your customers through things like surveys and reviews is really great to gain insights into their preferences and what it is that they're looking for. Another thing that you can do is look at your competitors and go and have a look at things like their Google Business reviews or their reviews that are sitting on their e-commerce websites, and have a look at some of the things, whether they're positive and negative, that their customers and consumers are saying as well. Because if you can really tap into that and improve some of the things that you're doing, their customers may very well become your customers in no time at all. Now, by continuously analyzing your data and making data-driven decisions, you can begin to refine your strategies to drive better results for your e-commerce business. Now, additionally, consider using things like heat maps so you can actually see where people are landing and scrolling down and moving on your page, as well as session recordings. These will help you understand user behavior better on your website. Now, to wrap up, let's quickly recap the best practices for e-commerce optimization. So the first thing I'd mentioned was optimizing your website speed and performance. The next is ensuring your site is mobile friendly, enhancing user experience and interface design. And again, reaching out to a qualified web designer or developer to help you with that if you, like me, are not a qualified web designer. Implementing effective SEO strategies, personalize the shopping experience, leveraging social proof, utilizing email marketing, and the all-important data-driven decisions. Now at Let's Get Visible, we have a proven track record of helping e-commerce brands achieve significant growth. And by applying these strategies, you too can boost your online e-commerce store's performance, increase sales, and build a loyal customer base. But remember, e-commerce is constantly evolving, so staying adaptable and continuously optimizing your store is key to long-term success. Now, if your business needs support with optimizing your e-commerce store, feel free to reach out and get in touch. I'm here to help you map out your visibility strategy and achieve your business goals.